Hello. I feel like it's been a while since I made you guys a video, so I'm happy to be back at it. Had a lot going on the past couple months. And to be honest, I just didn't want to put on a face of makeup and appear for you all. But today I'm going to make a video about some of the top astrology books that I recommend. I have a whole library. I'm blessed to have a whole library of astrology books, and you know, some are better than others. Some are specific to certain topics, and so I just want to kind of show you guys which ones I recommend and why, and what areas they cover and such. So this is in no order. So I'm just gonna go with Hellenistic Astrology Book. This is by Brennan, who's an outstanding astrologer. He's done so much for this community. He offers a variety of amazing astrology courses on his website. You could just search Brennan astrology courses, it'll come up. He has an amazing astrology podcast that he runs. I think they've had like over 200 episodes, and they're all jam-packed with like guest speakers and great information, as well as the astrology podcast YouTube, where he has, I want to like thousands of videos that are all instructional, super helpful. And what I love most about it is that the YouTube channel the videos are not like 4 hours long. They're like a minute and 20 seconds, how to understand Time Lord techniques. And he really breaks it down, and you can tell he really knows what he's talking about because he can explain something that's really complicated in like 2 minutes. So this book I highly recommend. It's a little bit more on the expensive side because, again, it's got like Bible pages, like Bible thin pages, and it's very intensive. I recommend this if you need a better understanding about the history behind astrology, like how it all started, who started it, where in the world did it begin, how was it used, how was the practice founded. He does great. I mean, I want to say, yeah, the whole first half of the book, well, not maybe first half, maybe first third of the book, is the history of astrology. And it's extremely important that you, if you're interested in really going in deep with astrology, that you know like where it came from. I mean, that's just with anything. So first recommendation, Hellenistic Astrology by Brennan, the study of fate and fortune. I've already been talking for 2 minutes. I don't know how this happens. Next astrology book I recommend, I'm weird with my sticky notes, Ancient Astrology by Demetra George. Also incredible book that really gives you a general guideline to, you know, the history. They break it down really simple. And this book is traditional. I know that she has many other books, but this is Ancient Astrology in Theory and Practice, a manual of traditional techniques. Volume 1, Assessing Planetary Condition. Yes, there's a giant book on just assessing planetary condition. It goes into really great detail. Lots of great examples. There's exercises at the end of every chapter. I can't tell if I'm showing you this right. That lets you interact with it, so you're not just like kind of like letting knowledge sink in your head and not really having it digest. Great book. I'm also going to list these in the little box below so that you guys can have links and such. Another great, really visual astrology book that I love. This book it's basically an illustrative book. I forget what they call those. Not graphic novel, but very illustrative, very engaging, really easy to read, and it's really quick. It's a quick read. It's a great book. So The Secret Language of Astrology. Great. And then I wanted to say for aspects, one more book. That's more general. Okay, On the Heavenly Spheres. Great book. I love this book most, probably because, I mean, I like bigger books in size because then it's easier, less intimidating. But again, it really goes into detail. Try not to like lose my spot because I continuously reference these books too. They're incredible books. This one is another traditional astrology book, and it's just great. I mean, there's tons that I could recommend, but these are just a few that I really like. And then for aspects, so if you're looking to like learn about aspects, they're a really important part of your chart, to be honest. Planets in aspect. Robert Pelletier. So basically, you can go in this book and you can find like Saturn square Neptune. You can find for every planet, if you see like on the side, it's all marked. Every planet, every aspect, it has all the different planetary interactions. Great book. Another good aspect book, Aspect Astrology, Sue Tompkins. Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous book. This one goes by planets, so it's like, it doesn't go by, specific aspect, but it will say, Mars, Moon, whatever it is. They'll go how all the planets interact and the different planetary energies, which really it's different from the Planets in Aspect book because it gives you more info about planetary energies and how they combine. It doesn't really separate it the way that this other book does, but it's a very, very, very interesting read. Also a great book. Planets in Transit by Robert Hand. Must have. This book will just guide you how to live, essentially. No, I'm just kidding. You'll have to understand yourself how to live. But it goes by planet. So, Mars, Venus, Mercury, and I'll have how all the planets, interact. And this is transits. So, like world basically what's happening in the world, how the planets are interacting with each other right now in the world. Great read. Must have. I reference this book constantly. For the houses, the 12 houses. Great, incredible book. Goes into great detail. Howard Sasportas. I'm probably butchering all these names. I try, but it goes into great detail. Not just the meanings of the houses, the grouping of the houses, how to divide how your chart's divided, and then it even has all the placements, Uranus in your 5th, and it goes through every planet, and it shows you every planet and every house possible, and it gives you an interpretation. Great book. Another fabulous book, Cosmos and Psyche. Amazing. So this book, it goes very into detail about the history of outer planet interaction. So we had, this year, so many crazy things happening with Saturn and Pluto and Jupiter and Saturn. All the outward planets, or the generational planets too, really, when these transits come, it affects the world all at once. Like, it's like, boom, here's a massive pandemic that stretches worldwide that affects all lives, all cultures. So this book really, really goes into detail. It's a little bit scary if you are, frightened by all our history and how astrology fits into our history, and the historical events that have taken place. There is astrology behind everything that's happened, and it's daunting. It's pretty scary. But must have. So those are all the books that I recommend. I can probably make another 500 videos where I'm recommending books, but that's just to start off with. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna leave the links to these books below, and yeah.